How do you start a streaming channel? If you're watching this video, you probably just hopped on Twitch or YouTube, started streaming, and you thought you were going to get 100 viewers, but you didn't really get any. I know because I did that too, and it happens to everybody. My name is Mr. OG, and I dedicate this video to my viewers who are trying to become streamers, Linksley, Raymond, and Rory Pride. Let's hop right into it. When I first started my streaming channel, I was a sophomore in college, and honestly, I just looked up a YouTuber and I was like, man, I could do that, and I can do better. So I just hopped on, and I thought everybody was going to come pouring in when I was going live on my PlayStation, no webcam, barely a mic, and it didn't go as planned. You can watch the stream on my YouTube channel if you go back to my oldest stream, and it was just me talking to myself for a couple hours. My first viewer was actually one of my friends from high school, because I told him I started a streaming channel, and he came in and then he left right away, and it was pretty funny just because it's actually something very hard to do. And when I was trying to get better, I was like, okay, I'm trying to put myself out there. And every time you start something new, there's this fire in you where you want to do anything, you want to learn anything, and you want to really see how far you can go. And I developed what I call or what other people called a Jimmy Neutron voice, where it's a little bit more exaggerated on the vowels, and you're a little bit more eccentric just because you want people to come in and be like, wow, this guy's a real deal. You know what I'm saying? But so you have to be entertaining. You have to be unique when you're being a streamer, and you have to be able to promote like crazy. People don't know you're streaming, and I can't stress this enough. Especially when you're starting out, there's no guide towards how you can grow a channel, but it also depends on what you want to do. If you're trying to become a pro player and get viewers that way, you have to be really good at the game, like top of the line, ready to join FaZe or some pro league. And more oftentimes than not, you need a lot of free time to do that. So that's why a lot of pro players are younger or start off younger. And then there's the entertaining guys, the people that do crazy challenges, collaborations. All of that really ties into what you want as a brand channel. And my channel is almost deviating out of the way a little bit. I think what you have to remember is some channels can really become clickbaity. Like they can be spamming something that's not really happening, like a Fortnite live event happening now videos. Those are a little weird. Or like free giveaways non-stop for like 10 hours, 24 hours that aren't actually giveaways. So when I first started streaming, I was streaming Call of Duty, and I was kind of just tired of, like, I was like, how do these people know I'm streaming if I don't go in these lobbies and I'm like, hey guys, I'm streaming, come check me out, and that's what I ended up doing, and that's how I got a lot of my viewers. Sometimes actually a lot of my first couple of viewers, they didn't come to me, I went to them. I brought them in. I was like, hey guys, come check me out on YouTube, come check me out on YouTube, guys. I'm streaming on Twitch now, but I was like, guys, what's going on, guys? My name is Mr. OG, and today I'm going to be clapping you on Call of Duty. Make sure you guys come check me out on YouTube. That's MROHHG, and you got to make sure that your gamer tag, because it's the thing they're looking at, is spelled correctly, and it's probably the same name that you have on YouTube, because it's the easiest way people can look you up and at least look at you, or see something. It's better than nothing. Also, you have to be a talker, because I have a buddy who streams sometimes, and he doesn't say anything. You don't even acknowledge the stream or know that you're streaming, but you have to be consistently knowing that you're on show. This isn't like this isn't just you playing video games and that's it, at least not yet. You have to be able to acknowledge people in your chat, or people, give it a little bit more momentum, give it some character. People want to understand your personality and what makes you unique. But you also want to make sure that, I got really crazy with the self-promoting, and I was really just telling everybody and anybody. I was putting up flyers in my college, university hallways. I was writing chalk on the sidewalk. I was going into every single Call of Duty match. Even if I lost, I'd always say, hey guys, my name is Mr. OG, come check me out on YouTube, blah, 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 blah. I was going crazy just because I feel like I needed to have that energy, and I wanted to grow it so fast. But there is a lot of self-doubt when you're first starting your YouTube channel or a streaming channel on Twitch, because nobody's watching you, and that's how it's going to be for a while. I think I probably streamed I might have gotten a little bit more lucky because I was going into lobbies and playing with viewers, and that was the first way I started off growing my channel, because one of my friends named Faded Talents was telling me that to grow your channel you should start off by playing with viewers, and that's what I did. I went into lobbies, I'm like, hey, you guys want to group up with me? We can play together. And that way, they knew I was online when I started streaming, and that's when they would come watch me or whatever else. But so I started off by playing with viewers and self-promoting like crazy. Told the majority of my friends, family, people in university, I was going nuts with it, and you do get some negative backlash. Don't think it's all sunshine and rainbows. I had a roommate that was talking trash about me, and I didn't even notice it. My viewers did. I had my headset on. I was going to the stream, and he was just talking down on me. He said I'd probably never be anything, and it was a little bit crazy. And it's just like when you hear those kinds of things out from a guy that you've been living with for like months, and he's not saying it to you directly. He thinks you can't hear him, but my viewers, heard him, and they told me, and I was very surprised. But I guess it's not unexpected completely, because we all live in this fantasy that we're gonna make a difference, and our world revolves around us, and that we're unique, and we're gonna hop online, turn on our TV, play our video games, and instantly win everything, and have thousands of viewers, and all the money's gonna come pouring in. But that's just not how it works anymore. And a lot of people are doing different things to grow their streaming channels, like whether it's doing crazy challenges, traveling all over the world, like IShowSpeed, or Kai. I think Kai Cenat does like a lot of crazy collaborations, and it's just like you just gotta find what your momentum is, or what you want to do. And for me personally, I kind of wanted to get more into video making, so that's kind of why my streaming died down a little bit on YouTube for the most part, because I wanted it to be a video channel versus a streaming channel like that I have on Twitch. So going back to personality and customization, you want to make sure that you're able to bring in like emotes and widgets to your stream. I started off with a PlayStation 4, and I was able to stream directly from my PlayStation 4. I have an Xbox now, and I can still stream directly to Twitch. But you're also able to, if you guys look at an Elgato 720 capture card, mine cost around $80, and getting the cables for it was probably another $20-$30. But grabbing one of those, making sure you have a headset, you can link it towards a laptop or a computer, something else you're gonna need. When I started out, for my first 420 subscribers, I didn't have a webcam, I believe, and then I also wore a mask. That was a little bit more my gimmick. If some of you remember, I wore an orange mask. And right around 1,000 subscribers, that's when I really got bumped up, and I finally got monetized. Right around that area, and I got a laptop. I financed a laptop. I got a Yeti Nano mic. I upgraded my headset. And it's something that you have to slowly grow, grow the quality, grow your setup. And it doesn't all happen overnight. But a lot of people do take into consideration the quality of your videos. Right now, I think the best thing you can do is get something that is able to produce 1080p at the minimum. Also, knowing the age of your content is pretty important. Because I think for my first 800, 900 subscribers, I was mainly playing Call of Duty Black Ops 3. But then I switched over to Fortnite, and that's when I really started gaining some traction with playing with viewers. I had people waiting in line to play with me and stuff like that. And then I moved into custom matchmaking, where I got a custom matchmaking key, and it was just blowing up like crazy. Unfortunately, I moved back home, and I had terrible Wi-Fi. I was having a very different experience. Couldn't really play the game, and I took a break for a while to go and finish college. Then I decided to come back, and I'm not really expecting crazy. I'm coming in with the right expectations. It's going to take time to grow a fan base. It's going to take time to grow a channel. And you have to remember that, just to give you an example, I was following a Twitch channel when I was still streaming full time, and they had about 15 viewers. This was 5 years ago. I'm following them now still, and I was watching them over the years. And right around 3 years, then they had they went from 15 viewers to 200 viewers. Now they have 2,000. It's in 5 years. So it took them 5 years to get from 15 to 2,000, and they were streaming every day. Yeah, that sounds great, but they were streaming every day. So it wasn't just like something that also just, it takes time. Having those widgets and those pop-ups for your streams, so when someone follows you, subscribes, that also takes time to understand and videos to look up, and that's something I can dive into later in a different video. But getting customized emotes, if you're not an artist, you can always hire someone on Fiverr, pay them like $20 to try to do something for you, because it's better to put in that effort for your viewers versus just giving them nothing. Having consistency is also very important. When I first started streaming, I was streaming 8 to 12 hours a day, almost every day. And I was in college, so I could, I didn't have to worry about food, I didn't have to worry about housing really, but my grades were taking a hit a little bit. Like I was going from straight A's to like kind of B's and C's, but I was so focused and so energized. I had this fire in me. I was like, I gotta start streaming. I gotta go crazy, you know. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I don't regret a thing, but I definitely do understand now that like if you're trying to grow some content on Twitch, it's very competitive compared to YouTube, because YouTube, there's not really a lot of streamers left on it, but there's also less customization for you. And there's also less long-term growth in terms of like growing a brand channel. Now you can do multi-streaming with different platforms. I believe like Streamlabs OBS or Streamlabs software. You can probably stream on like 3 different places at once. I tried it before, but my Wi-Fi couldn't handle it. I was streaming on like Twitter, streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but my quality was dropping, so I was like, all right, I just need to stick to one. And it's just something to consider too. Maybe in the future I'll be streaming on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. You can also stream on TikTok, and I know a lot of people try to get like a lot of followers from TikTok, but you really just have to funnel in viewers. You have to figure out where are the viewers that you want, what is the kind of personality you want to present, and what do you want to go through with the channel. Like you have to answer these questions, like what do I want from this channel? Do I want this to be a full-time job? Am I just having fun? Because honestly, if you're just having fun and you're not really trying to put in any effort, you're not going to grow your channel. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I mean, there's people out there that you're competing against. This is the number one thing people underestimate, is competition. The competition is serious. You're competing for eyeballs against other streamers, and these guys are putting in the effort, they're putting in the hours, they're putting in the consistency, they're putting in everything and anything they can to try to compete against you. Some of the biggest streamers around have massive teams too. Don't think that they're just doing it all by themselves. Like, yeah, they might be the ones on the camera, but they have a lot of people in the background. Like someone like Cypher PK, that dude has like, I don't know how many people, probably like 40 people on his team now. It's crazy to think about, because maybe even more. It probably is like 100, because I know his headquarters house a couple people and for work, and I just don't think that people really understand like, wow, how am I going to get to this point? It takes time, but you also have to start bringing people in as you grow, and it's something that slowly happens. I'm making this video mainly just because I want my subscribers to understand that there's no fantasy world where you're going to hop online and you're instantly going to gain all these viewers unless you're already famous. You know, like someone like Cristiano Ronaldo making a YouTube channel and instantly getting all these subscribers. Well, he was already famous before because he's one of the best soccer players alive. So it's kind of like, you can't really use him as an example, you know? Like, yeah, maybe Mr. Beast was a little bit worried, but that dude came in already famous. So it's not really like he was starting from nothing, you know? If you have a Twitch channel and you're starting on Twitch, make sure you have a YouTube channel. And if you have a YouTube channel and you're wanting to start a streaming channel, make sure you have a Twitch channel, just because when you start posting clips or recaps of your streams, you want to make sure they're uploaded to YouTube as videos that people can see again. And then you have to start learning how to make titles, thumbnails, descriptions that get people to subscribe, looking up the right tags. You have to really put in that effort to make sure that quality is there, that engagement for people to see your videos and to actually watch them, versus just not doing anything. And I also have an Instagram for Mr. OG, and it's really great just because I think that it's a different form where people can actually connect with you. And I really love my fan base, so I always let them post fan art on there. But for the most part, if you guys have any questions, comment down below. If you want more people to see this video, please like the video. And if you enjoyed the content or learned something, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys in my next video. And yeah, thank you guys for watching.